Chapter 1096. Buff was displeased when he heard that. Wilbur was looking down on him. Demi seemed intrigued. She smiled and looked at Wilbur. Spiritual flames abruptly ignited on Buff. A spiritual spear appeared in his hand, exuding a terrifying power. Spiritual pressure immediately spread in the office. He then pointed the spear at Wilbur. There was a soft layer of yellow radiance on Demi, which stopped the spiritual pressure from affecting her. She watched Wilbur without being bothered in any way. The spiritual pressure Buff gave off was still growing stronger. A lot of runes appeared on the spear. In the blink of an eye, a powerful force washed over Wilbur. The power of a peak ambience level cultivator was not to be underestimated. However, Wilbur was unfazed. He stood casually as he did when he walked in. That enraged Buff. He felt so disrespected by Wilbur. He assumed they were both ambience level cultivators, but he was a peak ambience level cultivator. He had been a peak ambience level cultivator for a decade, and he was almost a pre-sanctuary level cultivator. He was confident enough to believe that he was invincible like a sanctuary level cultivator. Buff felt that he should teach Wilbur a lesson since he dared to be disrespectful. He wanted to show Wilbur what a peak ambience level cultivator was capable of. He did not believe that Wilbur was more powerful than him due to his age. Regardless of spiritual energy or combat skills, he felt like he was superior, believing that he could crush Wilbur because he cultivated hard for many years. Buff roared and yelled, "Take this!" He stomped as he spoke, cracking the floor right beneath him. Buff lunged toward Wilbur like a hawk lunging at a rabbit. The spear in his hand carried a shocking force as it aimed for Wilbur's heart. The mighty force stirred up the air in the office, which caused the howling wind. The attack was quite powerful. The air around the spear was ignited. However, Wilbur merely grabbed the spear shaft to stop the incoming attack. A powerful force came over him. Buff could not believe that he was immobilized just like that. Wilbur managed to catch his spiritual spear. Buff was shaken to his core. Wilbur scoffed coldly and stepped forward at that moment. Then he made a punch. A loud impact could be heard. Buff did not react in time, and he was hit in the chest. Then, a mist of blood burst out from behind his back. Buff was shocked and in disbelief. Then he slowly fell to the floor. The spiritual spear faded away. Wilbur stood with hands behind his back. He looked at the corpse nonchalantly. Demi stood in shock, and she looked at Wilbur in awe. She laughed after a moment and clapped her hands. Wilbur was rather surprised by her reaction. She said, "Good. Wonderful. It looks like you're almost as good as a sanctuary level cultivator." "Thanks," said Wilbur nonchalantly. Suddenly, a group of armed militants rushed in. Demi ordered, "Don't worry," and moved Buff's body to where it should be. The armed militants silently glanced at Wilbur. Then they carried Buff away. They all knew where Buff would go. There were no freeloaders at that place. You would have to show your worth even after death.